Hey guys, so I have a quick God story. So last night I went to a prayer night that I don't normally go to because I have something else going on Wednesdays. But my normal thing got canceled and they had like a concert instead and I wasn't really feeling it. So I went to a group that I went to over the summer. The pastor was just like, I feel led to pray over people that don't normally come to church here. So I was one of them. There was 3 of us. So 15 or 20 people were there, and so they all split up and started praying for each one of us individually. And so in my group, they were just like, do you have anything specific that we need to cover in this prayer? And so I just told them that I would be moving back home soon, and I'm just a little nervous about it. And so I shared with them the details of that. And after the prayer, one of the guys asked me this question, which is in the next video. So that's kind of giving a backdrop of why I say he. I'm talking about the guy that was in my prayer group. He was just like, is part of the reason that you're reluctant on going back home, is it because you grew so much as a person here, so that like when you go back, do you feel like all those things that you left will come flooding back to you? And I was just like, oh my gosh, you nailed it on the nose. I have even talked to my parents about that. I was just like, I'm really nervous and scared about coming back home because I've just had a lot of panic attacks in that house. I've had a lot of panic attacks in my room that I'll be moving back into, and so it just feels like a dark place in my mind. Not that my house is a dark place, because I believe that it's covered by Jesus, but in my mind, in my history with panic attacks, I kind of relate it to that location. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, like that's completely right. And he was just like, I've had a similar thing where I related a certain feeling and emotion to a certain location, and God redeemed that for me, and I know he can do the same with you. And then he was just like, do you have a picture of your room? And I was like, no, I do not. And so he's just like, okay, well, just describe your room to me. And so I was like, okay, if this kitchen is my room, the door's right there, the door's right there, the bed's right there. I have 2 doors, that's why I said door. Anyways, closet and exit. You guys didn't need to know that, but now you know. So we prayed over my room, and it just felt so rejuvenating, and that's how it felt, that face. You know, just like good. And then this is where the story gets good, okay? This morning, I get a text message from Melissa, my brother's girlfriend. Anyways, and she says, guess what? In all capital letters. And I was just like, oh shoot, what is it? And mind you, we don't text every day or anything. So when I get a text message from her, I'm like, oh, she just texted me, you know? And so I'm just like, what is it? What's going on? And she said, Hannah, I just slept in your bed last night, and I felt overwhelmed with peace, and it was the best sleep I've ever had. Y'all, when I say I started to bawl, tears going down my face. Y'all, after that guy prayed over me and prayed over the room, I said, thank you for that, and I'll probably pray again once I move back. And he was just like, I mean, you do you, but you don't have to. Like, we already prayed for it, and I believe that it's already anointed. And I was like, okay, I mean, that makes sense, but like, I'm still gonna do it. And this morning, God was just like, you don't have to, because it's already anointed. I am the God of immediacy. In the Bible, when people ask for things and they ask for people to be healed, immediately is the word that it always uses next. Immediately they were healed. During that same hour they were healed. And I believe that God did that over my room last night. As I prayed, God's peace in my room, all the way in another state that I'm not going to tell you, because I don't know if I'm going to get famous. You know what I mean? But anyways, God is so good. And I just thank God for little moments like this where I get to just be overwhelmed by him again. Because you're not always going to be on spiritual highs throughout your life, and you shouldn't expect that. But when you are on those spiritual highs, you just soak it all in and rejoice. Rejoice always. But I just think these times are so important to just dwell in and remember. And that's why I make videos. That's why I write things down, so that I'll never forget this day, last night. Because when I'm going through my spiritual lows, I have to hold on tight to these moments. And I'm sure everyone can relate to that. During spiritual lows, I think it's really important to remember. Remember how God's delivered you. Remember how your story has been transformed. Remember redemption. So I just encourage you guys today to think back on a time when you thought, dang, God is real, God is good, and just dwell on that and thank him again and again and again for it. Because he doesn't have to do that for us. He doesn't have to give us moments like that, but he does, because he's good and he loves us a lot. So you guys have a great day, and I hope, I don't know what I was gonna say next, so bye!